So those of you that watched my taking the bus out of Quito, a cautionary tale video, know that last week I tried to go to Papallacta and I didn't do my research. Instead I relied on my memory from a couple of years ago, and I took the bus I tried to take the bus out of the wrong bus station. I went to Carcelén. They had moved the buses to Papallacta and Tena and Baeza to Cayambe, the southern station. So I canceled that day. I didn't want to take a $20 taxi ride to Cayambe, and I didn't want to ride the bus for an hour and a half across Quito through some of the worst parts of town with my bags. So I'm making another attempt to go to Papallacta. This time I've done my research and I found that there's two choices. One, I could go to Cayambe and take the bus from there. It's a lot simpler but a lot more expensive because of that $20 taxi ride to the south. The other choice is I can go to the Rio Coco bus station. It's one of the city bus stations in North Quito. From Rio Coco I can take just a city bus to Cumbaya, one of the lower suburbs in Quito, and get off at the Super Maxi, which is a major grocery store. And from that Super Maxi, if I ask around, I'll find the spot to take the bus to Papallacta for about $2.50. So it's a little more difficult to go this route, but it's going to cost me really all of about $3 instead of a $20 taxi ride on top of the $2.50 bus ride to Papallacta. So this is my plan. Here we go. Hey, Jesse here again. So I didn't make it all the way to the Rio Coco station. I stopped for directions and found that I was at a bus stop and I could just take the bus to Cumbaya here on Rio Coca Street. Here with my friend, ¿qué es tu nombre?
My name is Alex.
Alex gave me directions, so I'm going to wait with Alex because he's heading to the same town. He's heading to Cumbaya, so he's going to guide me along the way. Thank you. So as often happens in Ecuador, the first person I asked was not correct. The place we were waiting was not the place to take the bus for Cumbaya. He's following me behind me here somewhere. We are now at the Rio Coco bus station, waiting for the bus to Cumbaya in the correct spot. So continuing with the theme of the information changing in Quito, taking the bus. Everything I saw said take the green buses out of the Rio Coco station for Cumbaya. However, a red bus pulled up. It said Cumbaya on the front, and the driver says he passes the Super Maxi. So we hopped on, and we're going to give it a try. So this is the bus stop outside the Super Maxi in Cumbaya, where you can take the bus to Papallacta or Tena and Baeza if you're heading that way. Little pro tip, there's a bathroom just up the street. So if you've got traveler's stomach and you need the bathroom in the Premax gas station, it's actually pretty decent. It's clean, toilet paper. So we are on our way. We've lost, or I've lost my helpful, not so helpful friend Alex, kid with a little bit of bad information. He missed his stop on the bus and had to hop off and catch a bus in the other direction, but here we are. Buses. So it gets more complicated. In this spot in Cumbaya, outside the Santa Maria, if I got an earlier start, gotten here about 8:30, I could have taken a bus to Papallacta, but I did not get an early enough start. So I asked the police at this location, and they said, oh yeah, no problem, every 30 minutes the bus comes by. But I waited and waited, started asking other people, and they said, no, you're too late. Take the bus to the Santa Maria in Tumbaco. And that is the place to take the bus to Papallacta, Tena, Baeza. So the adventure continues. I'm riding the buses all around Quito and the neighboring suburbs, trying to get out of town. In retrospect, maybe I should have just gone to Cayambe and kept it simple. But hey, it's an adventure. Alright, third tries the charm. I am on the bus for Papallacta. It is a yellow bus that says Tena Baeza. It does not say Papallacta. And it smells like chickens. So as we make our way over the passes on the eastern side of the Andes, we are passing by forest of amazing, beautiful paper trees. These are a rare protected tree. Certain types of these trees are almost extinct at this point. And on a previous trip, I'd stopped at this little park where you can hike around and check out these very slow-growing, beautiful trees.
Papallacta, papallacta.
Atención, puerta abierta.
So you guys know me, I'm pretty gregarious. I met Jose on the bus, and we shared a communal taxi from the bus stop up to the thermals. There's a lot of choices here for what pools to go to. This isn't exactly where I had intended to go, but we're gonna give it a try. I think these are the more public, the lower cost thermals at Papallacta. Aside from the hot springs, Papallacta is also known for its trout, in Spanish, trucha. Be careful when you pronounce it, because if you say it wrong, like I often do, you're saying cow vagina instead of trout. But I've stopped into a restaurant to order trucha a la plancha con jugo y sopa. That's trout with soup and juice before I head into the hot springs, because even after the little hotel breakfast I had, I'm hungry. Here we have caldo de gallina, jugo, my juice, y chicken soup. Of course, I've got my ají. I don't eat anything in Ecuador without ají. Love the ají. Not bad. A little tough, but I'm not in one of the high-end restaurants. In fact, this place looks like it just opened, and I'm the only customer. But not bad soup. We'll see how the trout is. Well, the trout looks really good and smells fresh. French fries, sure. I'll eat French fries, salad, but that's what I'm here for. Look at that. First bite, what's the verdict? Wow, delicious. Really fresh, no old fishy flavor. That's one of the things about this town. So it's farm trout, but it's not farmed trout like we think of in the United States. It's not a pool full of thousands and thousands of trout swimming in their own poop. This is a small-scale aquaculture and really high water flow, so there's not a lot of contamination. This is farm trout done right, and it's delicious. So I wasn't super excited about the thermals, the hot springs that my new friend Jose planned on going to. I've walked up the road a little ways to the resort, and we're gonna see if we can get in here for a reasonable price. I've seen anywhere from $8 to $22 on the internet for coming in to use the hot springs for the day. Let's see what the real story is. Awesome. It looks like I've come to the right place. It looks like adults for the day, $8.50, so it's gone up by 50 cents. But yeah, not the $17 to $22 that I'd seen on the internet for the private thermals, the private hot springs. So here we go. I am in the right spot. I'm just going to call this the Rio Papallacta. Probably not its real name, but it'll do for now. Little medical office, showers, and of course the pools. I'm not going to take too much video of the pools because, no, if I were here, I really wouldn't want someone taking video of me.
One of the things I absolutely love about this place is the fact that even though it's public and it can get a little crowded, there are so many different hidden away pools that if you want to find your own spot with privacy, it's possible. And the other thing I love about this place, there's no sulfur smell. So many of the hot springs I've been to around the world, they're beautiful, wonderful hot springs, but there's a reek of sulfur, and if you're in the pools too long, you start to feel a little bit sick. In this place, it's clean water. There's a flow of water, a high flow of water in every single pool. So I'm surrounded by mountains. Absolutely gorgeous. We're up in the clouds. Papallacta is, I don't know the exact height. I should have looked that up, but I believe it's over 10,000 feet. This is high elevation. If you've just recently come into Quito and you're having trouble adjusting to the altitude, you want to get it over with quick, come up to Papallacta. It's intense, the altitude change from Quito to Papallacta, but you're able to just relax in the pools and take it easy and let yourself adjust to being way up in the clouds. This looks like the spot for me, not too crowded, right up by the river. Perfect temperature. Nice. Nice. Yeah. This is Papallacta. This is why people think that 2.5 hour bus ride out of Quito. Over here. One of my favorite hot springs in the world. Because we're at high altitude, even though we're on the equator, the air is cool. It's in Fahrenheit maybe 50 degrees out, 55 degrees. Very frequently, when you're in these hot springs, you're in the clouds, you're in the light mist. So you can lay here with the cold mist on your face, in the hot water, listen to the sound of the river. So there you have it, Papallacta. So this right here, these fast flowing cold mountain rivers are the reason this area is great for trout.
So that was the Papallacta hot springs, and it's fun and all, but really you can only lay around in a hot bath for so long before you start to get bored. So let's take a look and see what else is going on in town. So it looks like I found something to do. Cayambe Coco Park, here I come. Hey, so in keeping with the fall off the map theme, I am well off the map. I am lost, though I don't mind. I was heading up a dirt road towards Cayambe Coco National Park. When the road split, I didn't know which way to go, so I took the road less traveled. And after a while of walking on that road, I got bored and I left the road. And now I'm just walking through the bosque, walking through the forest. So here I am doing that fall off the map thing, lost and couldn't care less. Here we have somebody's little organic hobby farm. So this brings new meaning to the word chicken head. Hola! So heading up into Papallacta, I took a taxi, or I shared a taxi. But going back down, I am hiking. It's a beautiful day, it's all downhill, so why the hell not? Other than a couple of aggressive dogs, it's been a wonderful hike, which included passing some kids with chickens on their heads, for reasons I do not understand. And I don't know, it took about 20-25 minutes, I think, to get from the resort hot springs down here to the town. I'm going to see if I can find a little snack for the bus, and then I am heading back to Quito. So here I am at the crossroads. Papallacta that way. Tena Baeza. Quito. Here's the little bus station. So I've been watching this dog hang out in the middle of the road for the last 3 or 4 minutes here. He doesn't move when traffic comes. He just hangs out. Poor little puppy. We're not going to live too long. So I wanted to take a minute to review some lessons learned after the adventures in Papallacta. First, there really is no good one way to make sure that you've got the right information before taking the bus out of Quito. Definitely look on the internet, but be aware that information changes fast, but it stays forever on some of these websites. So you might see 4 or 5 websites that explain how to take the bus to get out of town to a certain place, but that information could all be old, and you could find yourself stuck somewhere in the middle of nowhere because you didn't have current information. I think the best way is really you need to have enough Spanish to talk to people, to ask people, but also be aware that that doesn't always work either. Ecuadorians love to be helpful, Sometimes they love to be helpful even when they don't have enough information to be able to help. So people will tell you stuff because they want to help you, but it's not always true. Don't ask one person, ask 3 or 4, and try to combine that with what you learned online. Between doing all those things, you should get where you're going okay. So some other things, don't do what I do and take your phone or your camera out on the bus or at the bus stops. It's not safe. I do it because it's important to me to make these videos and to show how to do, various things, show what the bus stations look like. I accept the risk. Sooner or later, my stuff will get stolen, and it's just part of making these videos. But unless you're willing to accept that risk yourself, it's not something you want to do. Today's video was brought to you by the overuse of the word so and also the word amazing. And if this video has a spirit animal, it's definitely a chicken riding on a small child's head. So that's my report from Papallacta for Fall Off the Map. Please remember, if you like videos like these, like and subscribe.